the show based on the clap, and it gets me started. It's like my own warm up.
I know. Last week, welcome to Regular Girls, guys.
Hey, guys.
Renee and I are in the same room.
Oh my God, we're actually like in a giant room. We're in like an empty, abandoned, almost restaurant.
Yes. I have scared a few managers who went, "Oh, what are you doing?" I was like, "I'm doing a podcast."
We're in like a really dark, weird room that. So we're at the Staples Center, and we're in a really weird, dark room, and it seems like we're about to do some kind of ghost reading, which is funny because today we're talking about more conspiracy theories.
I get really nervous when I know we're talking about conspiracy theories because I feel like the Illuminati is like listening, and I'm gonna be dead. And
I was thinking about that when I was Googling stories.
Really?
Like, when I'm searching for these stories, does this mean that people are this must be in somebody's search engine?
We're having kind of that's fine.
Okay.
Guys, people are going to be rolling in.
Yeah, because they've got to get this restaurant working. And right now it's just us.
It's just two
and
girls.
We don't even have a menu.
We don't have a menu. Two gals talking about ghosts and stuff. Hi.
Hello.
Yeah, I got really nervous and I've forgotten what I was saying. But then, the theme of today, because after we're filming a video and you're getting your Akashic Records read by my Reiki girl, Sarah.
I'm so excited. I'm so nervous.
Yeah.
But I feel like we're really taking a step in the right direction with Regular Girls. I mean, the fact that we're even in the same room is a big deal.
I saw Renee. She's in a full denim pantsuit. She looks amazing.
Full denim.
I saw you get accosted by some fans.
Yeah. Well, that happens at the state. I mean, it happens at all arenas when we have a WWE show. It's regular. It's not a big deal.
I kind of felt like your cousin, like Rachel Lee Cook from She's All That with the glasses. Like, I am a beauty, you just can't see it yet.
Ended up being like the hot, cool one.
Yeah. But everyone was like, as you were getting swarmed, one guy was like, "It's Renee." And I was like, I know. You were cool about it. You handled it. I would not have handled it well. Just FYI, when I'm super famous, I'm not going to be chill.
Yeah, it's a weird thing because I'd never really know how to respond to that because I always kind of feel like ultimately the fans, like WWE fans, they really just want to see wrestlers. So I'm always just like, hey guys, like I feel like they're doing me a favor by pretending that they care that I'm there.
The one dude was real into it.
Yeah, I don't know. Yeah, it's bizarre, but I mean, thanks guys. I appreciate it. I appreciate you.
Honestly, I appreciate being able to see it, and I kind of feel like Beyonce right now. I kind of got a backstage view, and the catering is great.
The catering is really nice here. I made a really great avocado toast, like a classic millennial.
You found the avocado.
I did. They were stuck in the back of the kitchen. I got them. I always find the avocado.
Ooh.
So today I'm really excited about our topic. I mean, I'm always excited when we do conspiracy theories, and the idea of getting a little bit nervous when you're having to Google these stories is true. But I did find one story that I know that you are also interested in.
Yes.
This Louis Tomlinson fake baby story.
I couldn't be more into that. I believe it wholeheartedly because I think him and Harry Styles
They're in love.
They're in love.
So this is what I think too. And I would just like to give my full disclosure here because I know One Direction fans are so passionate about One Direction.
Yeah.
They're not together anymore, are they? They're broken up?
Yeah, they're broken up. Everyone's doing the solo thing.
Yeah.
And
that new Harry Styles jam. I really like.
Dude, the whole album's really good.
I like it. I think he's adorable. And I like that he will swing both ways. I like that he does
and he's
whatever
open
he
about
wants.
that, isn't he?
Yeah, I think it's great. Good for him.
I love it.
So they're in love, which is fantastic.
Yes.
But I do think that this baby's fake.
Absolutely. We didn't even mention that we have a guest today.
We do have a guest today. Yes, the Brian Kendrick is going to be our guest today. He's big into conspiracy theories.
We're going to dip it.
So we're going to do these fluffy, fun ones, like One Direction's inner workings of their love and their fake babies.
Yes.
Baby. We're going to talk about that, and then we're going to have Brian Kendrick on, and he knows so much about conspiracy theories that it's like borderline overwhelming to me.
When I asked you what we were going to be talking about, and you told me, I Googled it, and I was like, the government will arrest me.
I know.
Because it's kind of intense.
He bought me a book on it, or he gave me a book on it, because I gave him a book on the mole people of New York.
Love.
And then he gave me this other holographic universe book.
Crazy.
Which I didn't read.
Well, it's thick.
It's overwhelming.
Also, I wanted to mention, remember you talked about the mole people and the lizard people?
Yeah,
well,
reptilians.
As I was looking up the holographic thing, the guy, the picture of the guy who believes in the lizard people came up. He looks exactly like you'd think he'd look.
Wait, what did we call that guy? We said the guys that are into reptilians are like Kens or like Garys. Garys?
Yeah, He looks exactly like a Gary.
He's a Gary.
He had like white hair. He's got white hair, a mullet. He kind of looks like a mole person himself.
God,
I was very into
he does.
it.
I mean, listen, if you're really into conspiracy theories, and like I love them, but I love them in the way of like if I'm hungover and Ancient Aliens is on, I'm in. I will marathon the shit out of Ancient Aliens. I love it. I live for it. We were talking about it. John and I were talking about it on our drive from Vegas to LA yesterday, and I was telling him about some of the conspiracy theories that we were going to be talking about. We started talking about the pyramids and how they're like there's so much, and we're just going to graze the surface on our stories here, and then Brian Kendrick's going to swoop in, and he's going to be the hulking hero and tell us about this holographic universe
and freak me out. I will say Brendan did give me a conspiracy that we will chat about. It's called like Bilderberg Group. Have you heard about this? Like Hillary Clinton and stuff are in it.
What's it called?
I think it's Bilderberg. I'm gonna look it up on my
Bilderberg?
phone. Bilderberg, like something,
like Build-A-Bear.
Yeah, kind of. But it's like
cool. A bell just tolled.
Honestly, but it chills you guys. No, Bilderberg. Yeah, it's like a group of like politicians and stuff, and they actually meet, and people think like they're the ones determining everything that's happening, like a real Illuminati.
I was reading some. Well, first of all, the Illuminati is real.
Is real for sure. Absolutely, no question.
And secondly, yesterday when I was searching for conspiracy theories, I was reading this whole theory that Obama was controlling the weather.
What?
Yes. Apparently Obama was controlling the weather, and politicians control the weather. And that's why there's been all of these, like, why the weather, I guess it's not global warming, everybody. And Donald Trump might be right about something.
No way.
I'm just kidding. I'm obviously being sarcastic if you guys couldn't get that.
Yeah.
I actually didn't click on the story because it seems stupid to me. Obama is not controlling the weather. The world's controlling the weather.
Absolutely.
Okay, so let's talk about Louis Tomlinson and his fake baby.
Be more excited about
so
this.
I'm just going to give a rundown of, like, the jot notes that I put in my phone. Brian Kendrick is on his way up here.
Great.
So he's going to be joining us very, very shortly.
Great. I love this. Let's get in this little story.
Okay, so first things first. Okay, so he had this baby to cover up his relationship with Harry Styles.
Yes.
Check.
Yeah.
Apparently, the chick that he's with, Brianna Junkworth, am I saying that right? I'm not.
I hope you're not, because that's a bit of a
Yo, Junkworth.
Honestly, if a girl with the last name Junkworth can get with someone from One Direction, we all
good
hope.
For her. Youngworth. How would you pronounce it?
I'm gonna call her Junkie.
Okay, let's call it the Junk.
The Junk.
Brianna Junk. So apparently they've been set up by their publicists,
which happens all the time. You guys,
happens all the time. When I used to live in LA, my roommate at the time definitely would hit up her agents when she's like, "Oh, this guy's cute. This guy's good." She like the guy from like Blue Crush and was like, "Oh, I want to go on a date with him." And I was like, "What?" Yeah, he was kind of hopping like a weird like
American
it's not going to
happen
way. So right before the two were seen out in public, her Twitter account was created. This was in May of 2015, which was just 2 days before they were spotted in public for the first time.
Right.
So it seems like their publicist had put this all together, created the account, basically created the backstory for this woman that's coming in to be the fake surrogate mother for this child, so he can live his life with Harry Styles. So they both seem to have gotten the dates. Or it seems more like that actually he got the date mixed up when they posted on social media when they had the baby.
Right. Which is strange, because how do you do that? So
the only reason why I think that could happen is if there's a time zone change or something. Or like if you're tweeting something super early in the morning, you're like, oh, my baby was born yesterday and it's already turned midnight. And you're like, whatever, you know what I mean? It was whatever. Like I could see that being a thing.
Okay.
So he posted on his Twitter, "I'm pleased to say my baby son was born yesterday, smiley face. He's healthy and pretty amazing, smiley face. I'm very happy, exclamation point, exclamation point." So here's the theory, and this was on BuzzFeed where I was reading this whole thing.
Yes.
So apparently he always puts spaces between his exclamation points in all of his tweets. So they pulled up a bunch of his stuff, and it's true. All of his stuff is like, happy to have my baby, space, dot, or exclamation point, exclamation point. And like when people have their specific patterns that they use, I mean, it seems realistic. And I don't know if he really uses those smiley faces all the time, but that seems stupid if he is.
That seems, I mean, he doesn't look like he uses that in the 4 tweets that BuzzFeed provided us.
No, and I don't follow him, but maybe I should have done a little more deep research. But this is why I'm grazing the surface on this entire subject. So he posted that the baby was born on January 21st, 2016.
Yeah.
And it was actually... she posted that the baby was born on January 21st. He posted it was on the 23rd.
Weird.
Little bit of a discrepancy there, time discrepancy between the two of them.
That's strange.
So then Brianna, she sent a picture to a friend of hers of her at the hospital saying like about to get this party started. She didn't actually say this, but like she was about to go into labor. What the picture actually is of this other girl that I follow on Instagram, Amber Filler Up Clark.
Really?
Who's like this great, like she is. I mostly started following her because she does these great braids. She does these amazing braids.
That's what the world is now. She's got great braids, so
Her
obviously I'm
braids are
following.
so good. But listen, if you guys don't follow Amber Filler Up Clark, you guys are missing out on some great braids, great hair,
braids, you guys.
And she's just adorable. She's got her cute little family. And anyways, this was a picture of her when she was going into labor.
Oh my God, it is.
Yes, right? Isn't that
guys.
crazy?
Mm-hmm.
And then she also was stealing stuff from a YouTube star, Roxetera.
What?
In stealing from both of them. Yeah, keep scrolling. Scroll away, sister.
Whoa.
So the baby really does look like a doll.
Yes.
And a lot of the pictures of the baby have been posted in black and white to make this doll look more real.
Oh, when I read that, I was like, that's insane.
So have you seen, and I almost bought one of these one time because I thought it was so weird. It was so lifelike looking that I wanted to buy one because it was so bizarre, but they're like $4,000 and I have other stupid shit I can spend $4,000 on. It's these babies and it's like this Spanish doll company that makes these babies.
Yeah.
And the reason why I clicked on them ever originally is not because I'm pregnant, everybody.
Yeah.
It's because they do these dolls and they were making them like baby avatars.
Really?
So, and they looked so real. Like they moved, like whatever the material is that they're made of, like you could like squeeze their hands and their hands would move out.
What?
And like they're just like pliable, weird little doll things. So this doll or human baby looks a lot like this. And I guess they posted a picture of the baby's feet. And the way that the toes are splayed, someone was saying that babies' toes can't do that at that age. And that they look super fake. And also there's pictures of her leaving the hospital after having the baby. And she's just out holding the
thing, no problem, right?
Yeah. Normally you have to leave the hospital in a wheelchair.
And she didn't.
She did not. She strolled the F out of there in her tiny little ripped up jeans.
Which is no thanks.
Come on.
No one's doing that.
Give me some sweatpants and a hoodie. And also don't take my photo. Who brushes their hair? I mean, yeah, I guess you were expecting people to do that. But, and also, so I guess like another part of this whole theory from Louis' fans is that a lot of his tattoos don't match in the pictures too.
Which is very weird. And also to add to all of this, there's this huge conspiracy that like Louis and Harry love each other and they've gotten like matching tattoos.
They're heart tattoos, right?
And they have like an anchor and like a say, like they have like these like corresponding tattoos.
Huh. So they're in love.
But then why hide it?
I don't understand. So maybe it's part of like the boy band world and they don't want to like let down their fan base of a bunch of girls, but think of the fan base they would gain.
I'd be so into it. And also Harry's already admitted that he's like fluid or whatever. It's, you know.
Yeah. I mean, so if you've already announced that, why not just be like, yeah, also guess who I'm in love with? And the world would rejoice.
I would be so happy. I'm not even a big 1D fan, but I'd lean in. I'd be into this.
I'm not a 1D fan either, but I do like Harry Styles.
Oh my God.
And I want him to be happy. I think he's like a young Mick Jagger.
I think he is too, and with a little bit of David Bowie in there with the new album. And
oh my God,
wore that
great.
He wore that pink suit.
Yeah,
I want
his
that.
style's great.
Oh, I
Harry
want that
style. His style's fantastic. I like everything that he's about right now. But if they are in a relationship, yeah, why not just be open about it? Unless you know, maybe they just have like totally different representation, like talent representation and like publicists and stuff, and they're like they think it's a bad move that might like ruin their career or something. But like in this day and age, that seems so weird to be like, no, don't let people know you're gay. Heaven forbid. Like, live that life. Do what you want.
I know, especially now. Do you think that this is real? I mean, it's just so bizarre, some of the things.
So
when you really look into it, you're like, this is a little funny.
There's times that, like, honestly, I've read stuff about myself on the internet that I'm like, that's not real. What are you talking about?
I thought you were going to say you believe it.
And I'm kind of buying it. They're right. They're onto something. Okay, hold on. We need to put this on one quick pause because Brian's outside.
Yes. That's so... All right, so now Brian's here, but he's going to have to listen to us follow this to the end. So,
yes, we're talking about the fake baby of one of the guys from One Direction, Louis Tomlinson. But anyways, yeah, I think that it's real. I don't think... I think it's real that the baby's not real.
Yeah, I don't think that there's a real baby, you guys.
But what a scandal. Kendall, how do you like? What happens in a couple years?
What if the baby comes out and he's like, "Hey, guys."
Like, well, yeah, what happens in a couple of years when this baby doesn't grow because it's a doll? Do you keep buying more dolls, like more aged dolls? Is that a thing? I don't know.
I'm concerned, guys. And anyways, but if it is real, we're really bad people.
No, BuzzFeed are bad people, and I just read their article, and it was convincing and compelling.
Yeah, I want to like just give a real shout out to the author of this.
Yeah.
Ellie Woodward. If you guys have any problems, go to her.
Yeah, sorry, Ellie. We just threw you under the bus. Okay, so hey, welcome on the Brian Kendrick.
No, we're so excited.
Oh, gee whiz, me too.
You're also our very first guest.
Yes.
Well, no,
Hooray.
that's not true. You had Sarah on.
I had my Reiki lady.
You had Sarah on.
Reiki?
No, I don't.
Oh, you'd be into it. You're
Yeah.
in conspiracies. Yeah, you
I
like
think
it.
you would like Reiki.
Yeah.
I'm doing it later this afternoon.
Okay, I think
does, like,
REIKE.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Does
That's how familiar I am.
Oh,
I don't.
that's all you need to know?
about
Oh,
it.
hey.
Yeah.
We love it.
I support you in going down this path. Maybe.
Okay.
I'll let you know how it goes for me
It's worth
today.
a shot. Yeah.
Okay, so you're big into conspiracy theories,
Sure.
right?
Yeah.
How did you get into conspiracy theories?
So the first one for me, it was actually South Park that did it for me.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
There was an episode where Cartman was blaming Kenny for 9/11. And it was, obviously it's satire, but he pointed out enough things for me to go, hey, maybe there's something to investigate here. And then it's been a spiral
Because
into madness
it
ever since.
snowballs, right? It's like you start with one thing,
Yes.
and then it all leads to a million other things.
Yes.
Yeah.
What would you say is the most compelling of the conspiracy theories?
Ooh.
Because there's a lot. Listen,
Sure.
we've done. Is this our third podcast
It
on
might have been
conspiracy
our
theories?
third one, yeah. Like my favorite's like Illuminati.
Me too. Love
Okay.
that. I
could spend
live
some
for
time-
it.
Oh yeah, and then a Mandela effect.
Sure. Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah,
That one's
yeah,
good.
Yeah.
I was trying to do a little research, and it just sent me to a bunch of websites that I didn't really care about. Tell me about the flat Earth.
Okay. So the
He like lit up.
yeah.
Okay.
It's the idea with the flat Earth is that's what we live on. We live on a flat Earth, so Antarctica would be a rim around.
The rim job.
You could say that. So the idea that it's actually like an Arctic crust that goes all the way around the Earth.
So it's like a disc shape?
Like a disc, yeah.
Oh,
that would be
okay.
the idea. And if you get into religious texts, they go back to there being this is what we live on. There's the firmament that separates the waters from the waters. That we live more or less in a snow globe.
What?
Yeah, but there's all sorts of stuff on it. The thing is that any sort of proof that we live on a round Earth being photographic,
Yeah.
they're all CGI. There are no real pictures of Earth.
Is that real?
That's real?
They'll NASA. You can find videos on it. Will admit that they're all composites, and that's the closest they'll admit to it being real at all.
No.
And if you look at pictures of Earth, any of these old pictures, the size of the continents are drastically different on each of them. So Africa will be, a quarter of the size of the picture of this globe, or it'll take up over half of it. They vary. From a dozen pictures, you'll see none of them look the same.
Wow.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Here's the thing. So I started looking into it, and I was like, oh, whatever, flat Earth, that's dumb. But that is really interesting. I mean, the fact that there's no actual pictures.
There's no actual pictures.
That's weird. So do you believe in the flat Earth?
So what I believe in is that there's no such thing as physical reality.
Okay,
Yeah.
here
This
we
is-
go.
we're-
Here we
Yeah.
We're
go.
going into it now.
So we observe it as flat, meaning anytime you see a horizon at eye level, let's say, right? But the higher you get up, it continues to be at eye level. You'll see a boat go off into the distance in the ocean, and then it disappears because it's gone over, I guess, what would be the hump of the curvature until you pull out binoculars, and then you can see it again. They have pictures across the Great Lakes where you can see a city that's supposed to be far beyond the curvature. If it's supposed to be 8 inches every mile that it dips, but this idea that it's been round has been since Copernicus.
What's that?
Oh, yeah, what's...
Copernicus was just some ancient mind that theorized that we live on this round Earth. But before that, it was always flat. It's been flat for thousands of years. It's round now because people think it's round. So I don't think it's either.
So it's all perspective.
It's all perspective.
So why do people want us to? Why do people want us to believe that the Earth is round?
What's to be gained from that?
Yeah, I don't know.
So if you're to believe that this is some sort of important experience.
What, just life?
Life.
Okay.
That there's something to be gained from it, that we're supposed to try to reconnect to source or whatever the case may be. If you instead propose that there was everything, all matter squeezed together in one tight spot and then it exploded outwardly, and then somehow the theory of gravity, still not proven, right, recollects these bits of mass, and then
Jesus.
We are just this weird cosmic mistake that's 2/3 out from the center, then we're just here, it's an accident, and there's nothing to worry about. And so what's the point to any of it? So I think it's to we'll use the word God, I guess.
What does that mean?
Meaning, like, whatever you want to call the great is, or whatever the point is.
Gog?
God.
Oh, God.
Yeah, I'm sorry, I mumble.
Sorry, I thought you said Gog, and I thought that was a thing I didn't know about.
I got it.
But
I'm
there's
like,
Gog
God?
and Magog.
Who's
That's
God? Sorry, that's not what I
altogether.
meant.
I thought, okay, Renee, God.
Tell me more about this God you speak of.
So there is a Gog, like there's this
I thought that was
prophecy
like
of Gog and Magog, but I don't know much about
that was like
it.
a play on saying God for people that maybe don't believe. I'm
No,
like,
no.
Gog,
No,
the great powerful
I
Gog.
see
Yeah,
where you
yeah.
went with that. I thought you were like, Gog, go on. I was like, Renee, please.
Sorry, I'm back in the conversation, everybody. God.
Yeah, so it's the idea to separate you from source.
Okay.
That it's just an absolute mistake, and then it would be easier than to manipulate people.
So we're all mistakes instead of miracles.
Exactly, that's the point behind it. Yeah.
That's
Wow.
a great title for a book if it
Isn't
doesn't
it?
exist already.
That's great. It's really good.
I love how we started with, does Louis Tomlinson have a love baby or not? And now it's like, listen, life's a perception and we're all mistakes.
Yeah, it really. You know a lot more about this. You have the facts. I literally got all my information off of BuzzFeed.
I don't know if I've got any facts, but I think about this stuff a lot.
So this is like, so this whole concept of this conspiracy is like, it's kind of like the Truman Show. It's just like, it's all a fake perception of like our world. Like it's all manufactured.
Sure, yeah, which I think that's what this is. I think everything is one thing experiencing itself.
So like we're not really here.
Well, we are in a sense, but we're all one thing that has amnesia. Because so say the source wanted to have an experience, and then it knew that it was itself. Then there's no experience. It's black on black. So if it has self-induced amnesia, then and can further separate itself, like the let's say so this finger knows that other fingers exist, right?
Right.
But that's as far as it goes, and some of them, so these fingers are us. Yeah. This hand is the earth, so we know that we're attached to this earth. But some of them have faith in there being an arm, right? And so that's the idea of this, that you have to have faith of something beyond this earth. But it's all we're able to perceive that the fingers, the palm, the wrist, all of it. So these fingers have to work individually to have any experience at all.
Right.
That's way above my pay grade.
I just love how, as you're explaining this like very
a Spanish guitar just started playing.
Yeah.
Hell yeah. That should follow you everywhere.
Let's play the whole time.
I don't know.
Okay, we unpaused it because the Spanish guitars left, but
For now.
So yeah,
It was a nice touch, though.
It was beautiful. So I was asking, like, so do you believe that with this, like, image, does the Mandela effect play into this? Like, are we just restarting? Is that what the Mandela effect would be in that?
Well, I think the Mandela effect is a way to recollect the consciousness as one. So as I was saying when we were off about pralaya, the idea that the universe starts and stops and starts and stops like a breath in and a breath out. So as people grow more aware of this, there's clues along the way, like the Mandela effect,
Right.
that would get us to realize that when the Berenstain Bears change to the Berenstain Bears, and the book changes in front of you, that's a clue that physical reality doesn't exist. So that's going to get us to recollect as one thing. But once we all become one thing, then we all die.
What?
Yeah.
Wow. All right, let's pause again.
Yeah.
Who doesn't believe in aliens?
Sir, we're just back now. We're taking a couple breaks.
Hi.
Yeah, we're leaning in now.
Okay, so here's what I want to know.
Yeah.
Because you are brought-in professional in conspiracy theories.
Yes.
Who is heading the Illuminati?
All right. So I still think it's a part of this program, right?
Okay.
Yeah.
So there might not be a such thing as free will for this whole program to exist. So all of it is the same source that we are.
Okay.
That makes sense. So
There's someone calling all the shots.
Yeah. But it's already been foretold. So what us as humans are just time. Human beings are time. Time is the experience. The whole thing's already been painted, and this is just a way of observing the painting. So, like, if you're going to say,
My brain doesn't even really comprehend.
Well, it means that we're
I'm
just
so
like
stupid.
we're just players in like in a
So it's
bigger
like Sims.
game.
Like
Yeah.
Sims.
Yeah, we're like Sims.
well, we're like, so if the three of us go see Bridesmaids,
Ooh,
Great movie.
great! What a
Right.
fun afternoon.
and I think it's okay,
Yeah.
and you both think it's great, but it
Yeah.
doesn't make the movie any different. The only thing that we can control is how we feel about it.
Okay.
Right.
So perhaps that's what's going on now, that this conversation was always going to happen. There's nothing you can do about it.
Right.
And so we're just experiencing it. And the darkness inside of us that's experiencing it is the only thing that can change. But that won't change anything on the outside.
Oh, I get what you're
Got
saying. So
it.
the only thing
Okay.
we have control about is how we feel about it.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. I can get on board with that, I think.
I mean, you don't have to agree with it. It's just a theory. Just
Yeah.
theory, just theory.
No, Renee has to believe in it,
Okay.
or this podcast
You have to see to
cannot end.
believe. You have to see to believe. What other are there other like conspiracy theories that you're researching or into right now? Did we really get into the holographic universe, or is that part of this?
That's all kind of what this is.
Yeah.
It's like the holographic universe uses all sorts of evidence to show that there's no such thing as physical reality.
Mm-hmm.
So, for example, people with split personalities,
Oh, I love that shit.
their eyes will change colors. Scars will
Really?
appear, disappear
What?
when they change personalities.
Come on. Really?
Is that a theory or is that like a thing?
This is a thing.
What?
Yeah. This is
Like
a thing.
Sybil? Did you ever read the book Sybil?
No.
Oh, Sybil's good. This woman has like 7 different personalities. And,
Really?
yeah, it's like this woman that was living in New York that had all these different personalities, and I think it was 7. It's such a good book. I highly, highly recommend it. It's very cool.
Sounds interesting.
So
Yeah.
you're saying that is proof that like we're not really here.
Yeah. Yeah, they use all sorts of evidence. They use like the double slit experiment.
What's that?
So it's the idea of sending a photon across the room.
What is a photon?
A
futon?
A particle of light.
Oh, okay.
Close.
Yeah, you know, like when they move a couch to one side or the other. Yeah, man, that's not real.
Yeah, they're doing it in colleges, campus dorm rooms all across America.
So what they'll do is they'll have let's say a sheet of metal with 2 slits, and they want to find out if photons work as waves or as particles. So they shoot the light across, and if you're observing it, it'll register as going through one slit. If you collect the data after the fact and don't observe it during the test, the one photon will go through both slits. And so what they theorize is that it works as a wave, that everything is like a radio station waiting to be picked up. So this is what everything's composed of, and it's everywhere and nowhere at the same time until somebody observes it.
What?
This is like stuff you're reading in your spare time?
Yeah.
Damn.
Yeah.
My brain is too minuscule for that.
No, there's
Like,
YouTube
give me a Fear
videos.
Street.
Take it
Oh,
easy.
yeah, R.L. Stein.
He's right. YouTube videos will
That's
teach
true.
you anything.
That's
Yeah,
actually
yeah.
very true.
Yeah.
Well, there was a YouTube video that you wanted me to watch. What was it?
Oh, probably would have been the one, just an audio on the holographic universe.
okay.
Yeah.
Oh, I'm going to need to hear that.
Yeah.
That's
What
going
a
to trip me out.
bizarre concept. Wow.
Yeah, they,
Okay.
They had another one where, like, when the conquistadors came over, or we'll say that, but when Europeans came over to some native land, well, not native to the Europeans, obviously, and they'd park their boat, and then they'd have to take smaller boats on in, and the tribes people couldn't see the giant ship out in the ocean.
Right.
Because they didn't have a concept of a
what
giant
that
ship.
was.
Yeah. And so this had to be explained to the medicine man, witch doctor, whatever you want to describe him as, the shaman.
Okay.
And the shaman was able to conceptualize this when being explained and was able to see it out of the corner of his eye because that was the easiest way for him to get this glimpse of this new idea. And once he was able to observe it, the whole tribe was able to observe it.
What?
This is in the book, but there's all sorts of stuff on this.
That's crazy.
Yeah.
So then how does that exist, like, now? How do you, like, what are examples of it happening right now? Besides, like, the orb and stuff. Is there anything where people are like, oh, I saw something and it wasn't, like, does that make sense what I'm saying?
Yeah. So, like, the closest thing I can think of is for myself, if you can stand in front of a mirror.
Yeah.
And have it, like, don't turn the light on, but enough to where you can see yourself. And if you just, you know those mall rats, it's a schooner, you know?
Yeah.
So if you're able to do that long enough, you can make yourself disappear in a mirror. So
Come on.
give it a shot.
Have you done it?
I've tried it, and all I can do is make myself turn completely dark. I've had a friend who's been able to do it.
No
yeah.
way.
Yeah, but I can turn myself into just as dark as a microphone, just a shadow. But that's the idea.
Whoa.
Try to make yourself disappear.
Oh my God.
That's like, I hope kids start doing that instead of Bloody Mary.
Oh.
Yeah.
That's
You're like, that's safer. That's safer.
Yeah.
Just try to make yourself disappear,
Yep.
kids. Don't call upon any.
That's nuts. Wow. But is that just like a trick of your eye? I mean, when you're like, look at the sun too long and all of a sudden you're like, you can't see right. If you're just staring at something in a dark room long enough,
Could be.
your eyes start
Could be.
to...
It's just a
Could be.
theory, Renee.
Yeah, could be.
Okay, listen, I'm just being devil's
No.
advocate.
It could be. It could be.
Yeah.
It could be a trick of the eye. It could be a matter of just believing something hard enough.
Yeah, maybe. Hey, if you believe it.
Mm-hmm.
Now, because
Sometimes
of
that's
this,
half
like,
of it.
do you feel like now, like, if someone brings up like aliens or like ghosts and stuff, are you like, guys, come on, please, we're not even really here. Like, what are you talking about?
Yeah, so it's the same thing where they do and don't exist. So aliens exist to Renee, they don't exist to JBL. he's just not in tune with them.
Right.
Yeah.
I'm in tune with the aliens. Listen, I live out in the desert now. I'm in tune with the aliens.
Yeah.
I welcome them to a certain degree.
Not me. No
Certain
thanks.
degree.
No, it's
Yeah,
terrifying.
yesterday I was driving out here and I was just praying to see a UFO. I'm like, come on, show yourself, fools.
I mean, there's so many YouTube videos of like they're like, oh, this is a UFO. I believe it.
I believe it. I mean, I've seen the doctored stuff of it as well, like doctored photos, doctored videos. But listen, that can exist no matter what it is. There's a video, you can make me look like a giant bodybuilder, or you can make me look like waif thin.
Right.
In a video, you can manipulate anything. Just like Louis Tomlinson with his manipulated photos with his baby,
With his fake
with
baby.
his doll, yeah.
Right.
They
Bill
photoshopped
Clinton,
that whole
although,
thing.
did say there were aliens. So
That's true. And listen, if Bill Clinton said it, and that was like one of the first things that he looked into when he first became president,
Isn't
right?
that crazy? Well, you know this,
But
obviously.
As a conspiracy theorist.
You're a conspiracy
what I would say is look up Project Bluebeam.
What's that?
So Project Bluebeam is the idea that there'll be a false alien invasion to bring about a one world order.
I've heard about this.
That's terrifying.
So the reasoning behind this, right, is just for more world order, right?
Yeah, because we'd all have to find some sort of common ground based off of a common enemy.
Right.
And
That's how we could get peace again.
that's how we get peace
Or
again,
peace
or we
to
can,
begin with.
yeah. freedom through
Screw
slavery.
the aliens.
Yeah.
Screw the aliens. We're all humans. Let's all band together. Band of brothers.
Yep.
Rent it.
And is that is that also related to the Illuminati? I feel like it always comes back
Everything
to
comes
That would
back
be
to
the
the
idea.
Illuminati.
Yeah. I guess like the Illuminati, whether that's just a generic name that we give them for the people that are trying to create a one world order, then yeah, that would be them.
Really?
I would like to bring up my other conspiracy theory that I was looking into.
Okay.
So I was reading this thing about time travel
Ooh.
the other day, and there was a bunch of celebrities that they used for this.
Okay.
Yeah, you're getting excited about it.
yeah.
Okay,
Is it
so
Pharrell?
Pharrell?
Oh, because remember there's like photos of Pharrell from like it looks exactly
Well,
like,
it's the same. It's the same kind of thing. Yeah. So there's one saying that Michael Cera, that he's like this awkward, weird actor that's just been kind of put into this scene to kind of like break up like the monotony of like actors or whatever. So there's a picture of him in 1930s Germany, and that he's been sent in to infiltrate Hollywood, from what I've heard. But
Canadian too.
he is. He's a sweet little Canadian nerd. But these pictures, and I wish that, I mean, it's hard to describe them when you're on a podcast, but
Does it
these
look
are,
like Michael Cera?
it looks
Is that how you
exactly
describe
like
it?
Michael Cera. So there's another one of Jay-Z, Sean Carter, a picture of him in 1933 in the Bronx. And it looks so much like Jay-Z, and he was born just in Brooklyn, which is not far from the Bronx. But you see this picture, and like, I mean, he's got a very specific face.
Oh yes.
And this man looks exactly like him.
I'm gonna look this up while you're talking.
Yeah,
about
you
it.
look it up. And there's another one for Jennifer Lawrence. There was this Egyptian actress named Zubiata Tharwat. I'm for sure saying that.
Okay.
But she was an actress that really wanted to break into the U.S. as an actress, and she changed her first name to Jennifer, and that they think that she got the last name Lawrence from another Northwesterner of Lawrence of Arabia that spent a lot of time in Egypt. Also looked quite a bit like her.
Jay-Z photo.
Isn't that nuts?
It does look a lot like him, yeah.
See?
Yeah, the chin, everything. Yeah,
It's crazy. And there's another, the last one is of Vladimir Putin. They're calling him like the Russian Captain America, that he's kind of swooped in at different points in history during, stuff with Russia. And there's pictures of him from 1920, 1941, and pictures of him now. And you think of like the kind of man that Vladimir Putin is. I mean, he's all over the map. But yeah, these guys could be time travelers or just really strong genes.
I mean, look at
these
this,
pictures
Bruce
look
Willis.
dead. Yeah, like come on,
That looks like Bruce Willis.
dead on.
It looks like either Jay-Z one
Was
looked
more.
The
exactly
Jay-Z
like-
one's very convincing. Also, Jay-Z is in the Illuminati, right?
Yes, for
Well,
sure.
he does the hand symbols
Hove.
and all that stuff.
Hove.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Do you think? Well, sometimes when you want to hide something and you do it out in public, plain view is the best way to hide it, right?
Well, sure, and there's also the theory that they have to give these little hints. You know, like
Why?
For karma reasons.
Oh,
Karma.
Yeah.
Okay.
So like we tried to warn you. So like if you look at the
whoa,
I
whoa!
just got chills.
look up the Illuminati card game.
What's that?
It was a game made in the 90s, and it's like it's got its own decks, you know, of little disasters, right? Reptilian people or whatever. But it there's things like well, you see the towers coming down. You see
No way.
they have the
No.
jogger where there's an explosion at the at a marathon. But there's
No
there's over a dozen of these
way.
things. Yeah.
It's a card game from the 90s?
Yeah, and they've made card sense, but all these happen beforehand. It's called predictive programming.
Whoa! Oh, I'm gonna get that. I'm gonna get a little buzzed and flip through those things.
Do you have that game?
No, to get the old cards is quite expensive.
I bet.
But you can find
Online?
yeah.
like how much
easily.
we talking? How far into wine do I need to be to order
if you were to
these?
get a complete set, I'm thinking over $500.
Listen,
But-
I don't know. I could invest.
But yeah. I mean, they're only going to go up in value, right?
Right?
Yeah.
I mean, listen, if I can predict the future with these cards, I think that this is investing in my own
Now,
future.
is the thought of these cards going back to the holographic thing where it's like they've put these cards out there, so then we've perceived them, so then we've put them in place?
It could be that. Yeah.
Wow.
I just broke my own brain.
Yeah.
Those dots.
Could be as simple
My
as that.
brain is melting.
That's crazy.
Yeah.
But then why use so is that why they use celebrities then, like Jay-Z and Beyonce? Like, do they induct them like because they're in our culture, or do they put them in our culture and then make them famous?
Good question.
I would imagine they would take somebody who is striving to be famous
Yeah.
and
Like Brianna, what's her face with the baby? Louis' chick.
Yeah.
you do this, you scratch our back, we'll scratch yours.
Wow.
That's what I would imagine, right? I mean,
Yeah, I mean that makes sense.
Well, they say the
because it's not like they're going to be
Kardashians are
like,
them.
no way. There's no way Kardashians in the
They
Illuminati.
say the Kardashians are in the Illuminati because
Through Kanye.
No, because when Caitlyn Jenner came out on the cover of Vogue, like apparently there was like the Senate passed all these crazy bills. Like it was a crazy day.
Oh, I do remember
so
that.
they're implemented in the Illuminati to cause distraction.
Maybe they just get paid off for that though.
What do you think?
Instead of being a part of the group, I mean, it's a pretty elite group of people.
Yeah.
Though Bruce Jenner, Caitlyn Jenner.
Caitlyn Jenner.
I mean, he's an accomplished man. He's done some stuff.
well,
He's like a world-class athlete, She's a world-class athlete. Sorry, Caitlyn.
also killed somebody,
What?
which this is well known. Might have been texting while driving and pulling
that's
a
right.
boat.
Oh, yes. I was
That's
like,
right.
Yeah.
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 That is true. That
That's
kinda
right.
got-
That really got swept under the rug. I've learned a lot today. I'm enlightened.
Are you?
Yeah, I took an alpha brain today hoping that I could keep up, and I don't think I totally did, but I'm going to have to listen to this back a couple times.
I think so. I mean, is there any other ones that we should cover before?
I mean, really just try to enjoy yourself as much as you can, right?
Oh my god!
What a bleak way to end
No,
it.
I mean, look, if you're looking for reptilians, you're going to find reptilians.
Oh, if you're looking for stuff, you'll find stuff.
You'll find stuff because, that your imagination and reality, they meet in the middle, right? Or, it's gonna. You see it. You believe in aliens?
Yeah.
So then you'll find aliens.
Listen,
stuff.
I believe I've seen a UFO, but it's because I would want to see one, right? It's probably just
Maybe.
a balloon. I think it's just
So
a
if you
balloon.
see
That's why you won't see one, because you don't fully believe it, right?
How can I? I mean, I want to believe it. I would love to believe it, but I haven't seen it. Got to see it to believe it.
so you have to
Maybe you have to believe it to see it. Sorry.
Whoa, no.
No!
I was just like, so essentially you're saying with this conspiracy that they're saying like if you want to believe something or you want to create something, all you have to do is think about it and that will happen.
Well, I'm saying as long
Well,
as
I
you
think
keep.
that's even
Sorry.
just manifesting a lot of things. I mean, you manifest anything in your day, and it changes the outcome of a ton of stuff.
So you're saying we call it manifestation and you're like, dude, this is the holographic.
Yeah, this is the same thing. Same thing.
It is the same thing, just with a different title.
Yeah.
Whoa, that changed everything. That really made it come full circle for me.
It did.
Wow.
I mean,
okay.
your piece of chicken is just a piece of chicken.
right.
But some people it's going to be delicious. Some people it's a little dried. Other people it's murder.
Yeah.
To the chicken it's certainly murder, right?
Definitely.
To me, hopefully it's delicious.
Yeah. I had a dream I made jerk chicken last night. I
How
dreamt
was
about
it?
that.
Did you get a chance to eat it?
Yeah, it was great.
It's a long dream.
Yeah, right?
Yeah.
I know. I made jerk chicken. I just thought about this when you said chicken. What a loser dream that was.
No, I've had worse dreams.
Yeah, me too.
Sorry.
I've worked a full shift at my job, and then I was like, "Well, I gotta go to work. I must really love it there."
That is the worst. Yeah.
That's crazy. Now, you're married.
Yes.
Now, is your wife into this, or does
No.
she think you're an insane person?
Oh, she doesn't think I'm insane.
Because she loves you.
Yeah, she, and I think she's right. Her response is, "You're never gonna know. You'll never find out."
That's true.
Yeah.
Yeah.
See, I'm super into this stuff and super into like Scientology and like stuff like the weird cults.
Yes.
And
Oh, I
get
love
in,
that stuff.
And my husband's like, oh, just get off the computer. Like I just get too deep in it.
Yeah, John and I, when I was searching through stuff last night, he was all in. He was like, "Oh my god, click on this one. What about this?" Like,
Oh, so
and-
he's into it,
but
too.
he is really into it. And like, I was asking him about like some of the theories last night, and he had a good amount of information just in his brain. He
Right.
retains a lot of information though, but I don't. I read something once, and I'm like, wait, what?
See, my thing is I'm so gullible. Like we talked about the moon landing, and I was like, oh, it's obviously fake.
Yeah, it is fake. I think it is
I'll
fake.
believe it. I don't know.
I think it's fake.
Well,
Do you think it's real?
I think if you wanted to prove it was real, they would have just once taken a camera and just done a 360.
Right.
Just walk around,
Yeah.
spin in a
Right.
circle so we can see everything.
Right.
But they didn't.
But
never
they
did.
didn't.
Yeah.
And there's no stars. There's so many
There's
things.
no stars. There's no atmosphere.
No.
You can see what appears to be the edge of a set where you can
Right.
see a lot further in the
Yeah,
city.
yeah.
And
Yeah.
it
Frauds.
it sure seems that way.
Although we were talking about it because we watched this movie. You watched it, right? Operation Avalanche.
No, I didn't.
I brought this movie up too much, but like
No, I do really want to see. I haven't watched it.
it's
though.
a movie about. You would probably like this. It's about a group of. It's like CIA agents go undercover at NASA to fake the moon landing because they realize they can't make it to the moon and they want to beat the Russians to do it. But the movie itself is like people from Toronto sneaking into NASA pretending they're doing a documentary. It's all very layered. But anyways,
so bizarre.
it's such a good movie. You should watch it. It's good. But the guy who did the movie, the director was like, having tried to do this movie, I can tell you 100% that there's no way they faked it. It would be impossible. That's what he said.
I don't know.
Because he's like, it's just so, it would just be so impossible.
He was only in there, like he was in there kind of on the DL, right?
It's not fully, and NASA had no idea.
But
they
if
were
you
doing
had
it.
access to all of the stuff that NASA has access
This is
to,
what I'm saying.
is a different
This is
world.
what I'm saying.
He was in there like as like a janitor.
No, they were in there as like students doing a student film about NASA, but they were really doing this mockumentary.
It's a lot of locked
What
doors, I'm sure.
what part about it made it impossible? The filming of it?
Well, because they try and actually fake it, right? So, I mean, he just said, like, I can tell you, like, it would just be impossible. And I was like, I don't believe you.
Yeah.
I don't know. I'm not sure I'm buying that
I think
either.
Stanley Kubrick did a heck of a job.
exactly,
in 2001,
right?
yeah.
Yeah,
exactly.
And it deals with that, too. They somehow, like, make it look like they're talking to Stanley Kubrick. It's trippy.
So
You guys
crazy.
gotta watch it. I'm telling you,
Yeah,
it's good.
no, I'm into it.
Operation Outline.
Well, thank you so much for joining us
Yeah,
today.
thanks for having
I'm glad
me.
that we were
Yeah.
able to make this work.
Yeah, me too.
Thanks, man.
Yeah.
We
well-
really appreciate it.
Yeah, we do. So everybody learn about the holographic universe and let us know what you think about it.
Oh, I have so much to read. It's about to get dark in my house.
YouTube it. Search it all. But
Michael,
I think
Michael Talbot is the
Okay.
author's name.
okay.
Sweet.
So if you want to get the book, but
I will.
He's got an audio presentation.
An audio presentation.
Yeah, it's an hour long on YouTube.
I'm in. Well, I'm going to look up that card
Lean
game.
in.
I'm leaning in.
Lean in, everybody.
Well, thank you, Brian.
Thanks for having
Yeah,
me.
thanks, Brian.
Yeah, I
Well,
gotta go wrestle.
we'll see you guys next week. Bye.